Hey there, and welcome to the Borealis Experience. I'm your host Aurora, and I'm very happy to be spending some time with you today. I know that's my intro, but these days I really feel like I need that time out from farm life and sit here, record an episode for you, and it will give me peace, and I know I can give you peace too. So it really helps me too to create that space of peace and quiet and reflection. Plus, I'm on my period right now and I feel like a piece of roadkill. So it's good to take a break from, running around, taking care of the chickens, fixing stuff, and so on. Today I want to talk about setbacks and how do you feel when you have been working on a project, have the intention to give up an addiction or, sorry, I'm distracted now because the dogs entered the room, or a habit that you want to let go of. How do you feel in those days where you have that urge, that craving to go back to that habit, to that addiction, or when you're working on a project and you feel you're not advancing, you're stuck, you're reaching a plateau. How do you feel in those times? A lot of us feel shame and guilt and feel depressed, like short-time depression. You feel as if you're a failure, as if you really can't let go of that behavior, that habit. And I think if we know that it is normal to feel that way, that progress, growing is not linear, it's not ongoing every day, every second in your life, that growth is sometimes having to go back, having to stop, having to relax into what is. Hey there, and welcome to the Borealis Experience. I'm your host Aurora. Excusez-moi, that was my puppies in the background starting to wrestle. And so if you take Dozer, for example, my 3-year-old puppy, we are potty training him and he's been doing awesome, like really good. And today is a day where it's not working at all. Like he doesn't even say when he wants to go out, and there's absolutely no point in punishing him and making him feel bad. We just put him outdoors and emphasize again that peeing outdoors is what is supposed to happen. Compassion and patience, big times. And I feel with another human, with an animal, it is so easy to do. But when it comes to ourselves, we're always the harshest, biggest assholes and so judgmental, so critical, and go right into guilt and shame, and that makes it even worse. Like if you look at people who want to get away from alcohol, in those days where they have that urge, that craving, and then maybe go back to a little bit of alcohol, and then they think about, oh my God, I'm going back to my addiction now, and try to drink that down and try to numb that feeling out, because it's not good to feel as if you're failing in overcoming your addiction. But you're doing that very thing to numb that shitty feeling again. So how can we not punish ourselves, beat ourselves up so much when we have these thoughts, when we have these cravings? Because it all begins with a thought. It all begins with a feeling, right? You want to be good, you want to be without your addiction, but you have that feeling that comes up, that need to numb things out or to forget or to make things easier with your substance of choice. So when you meditate or when you allow yourself to reflect about your thoughts, then you can catch yourself right away and then do the opposite. Like growing sometimes means to do the exact opposite that what you feel like doing right now. So if you feel like drinking again, smoking again, then go for a run instead, or call a friend and tell him about your thoughts. And don't give in and don't beat yourself up. Be like your best friend and create a space where you can forgive yourself, where you can be okay with these thoughts and feelings, and they will pass. They will go away. It is just very important to be kind to yourself. As I said at the beginning, growth is not linear, and also means that you will be confronted with situations that come unexpectedly and that will challenge you, that will test you. It will be tests that come, and you will always have a choice. You will always know that you can stop and take a breath and make a wise decision, a decision that is best for you, a decision that a couple of years back you wouldn't have been able to do. So I think it is extremely important to say that at this point, that if you are in it for growth, if you are about to give up an addiction, a behavior, and you're listening to my podcast, there will be days where you feel like an absolute failure, where you feel you're not progressing, like nothing is happening. My thoughts are still there, my insomnia is still there, and I still want to go back to my ex because that's easiest. Those thoughts are just thoughts, and those urges are just urges, but we can learn to observe them and resist them and take the volume down like from a radio station. And then you'll be good. Then you'll be fine with where you're at and know that tomorrow is going to be different. Tomorrow you might feel like you're growing again and you're walking into the right direction. It's okay to sometimes stop and feel lost and feel like a complete failure. Like when you look at Joe Rogan, when you look at Whitney Cummings, or whoever you're following, whoever you think is doing awesome out there, they all have these days of self-doubt, of self-criticism, and of feeling like a failure, because you always compare yourself to things that you think you don't have in life, right? So also successful people feel like a failure at times. But what they learn to do is not punish themselves and be okay with that for a moment and then continue and not let that little setback make you throw away your whole progress that you've made in the past weeks or months or years. So it is a conscious decision that you have to make in those times, and I know you can do it because you wouldn't be here and listening to me if you were not capable. I believe in you so much. You have to believe in you and be kind to yourself. Yes, that was it for today. You were listening to the Borealis Experience. I'm your host, Aurora, and I'll be out there tomorrow again. And I'm so grateful that I can be raw and transparent and genuine with you. I don't have to put on a show. I don't have to be my best every day. I can be low energy and still doing good out there. So I'm very grateful that you value that and that I can serve you the best way I can in a very authentic way. All right. Bye-bye. Until next time.